condition. In the 10th canto, 51st chapter, verse 57 of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, there is a following statement by King Muchukunda. My dear Lord, because of my bad deeds in the past, I am everlastingly aggrieved. I am always suffering from my desires, but still my senses are never satisfied with material enjoyments. Somehow or other, by your grace, I am now in a peaceful condition, because I have taken shelter of your lotus feet, which are always free from all lamentation, fear, and death. O Supreme Protector, O Supreme Soul, O Supreme Controller, kindly give me your protection. I am so much embarrassed. This statement by Muchukunda is an instance of humility resulting from a severely miserable condition of material existence. When Uttara was attacked by the Brahmastra of Ashvatthama, she became afraid of losing her child, Maharaj Parikshit, who was still within the womb. She immediately surrendered to Kṛṣṇa and said, "My dear Lord, kindly save my child. I do not mind if I myself must be killed by the Brahmastra of Ashvatthama." This is an instance of humility caused by fear. In the 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse 10 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Lord Brahma says, "O infallible one, I am born in the mode of passion, and therefore I have been falsely proud of being the creator of this material world. My false pride was just like dense darkness, and in this darkness I have become blind. In my blindness I was considering myself a competitor to you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But, my dear Lord, even though I am accepted as the creator of this universe, I am eternally your servant. Therefore, kindly always be compassionate towards me, and excuse me in that way." This statement by Brahma is another instance of humility resulting from committing an offense. Sometimes there is humility due to shyness. For example, when Kṛṣṇa stole all of the garments of the gopis while they were bathing in the river, all of them begged Kṛṣṇa not to commit this injustice upon them. The gopis addressed him thus, "Dear Kṛṣṇa, we know that you are the son of Nanda Maharaj and that you are the most beloved of all Vrindavan. And you are very much loved by us also. But why are you giving us this trouble? Kindly return our garments. Just see how we are trembling from the severe cold." This humility was due to their shyness from being naked before Kṛṣṇa. Of course, actually, this was just a pastime. And the gopis are always Kṛṣṇa's. But humility, most often, at least in our experience, is caused by offensiveness. The conditioned living entities are naturally, they have a tendency to be offensive to the Lord because they don't offer pure love to Him. And that's actually our proper relationship with Kṛṣṇa. We should simply love Him without any condition. And certainly, you know, like Lord Brahma, we feel ourselves puffed up by pride, and we try to become the competitor of the Lord. We want to actually enjoy His position. And so we try to become the lover and the knower and the doer and the owner and the enjoyer and like that. But these are all false identities, and so we become humbled by them. Because when they fail, then what can we do but lament? See? So to know these different expressions of love for Kṛṣṇa is to also understand the condition of the spirit soul. That many people, many devotees in the past have gone through these different conditions. It's not that we're the first or only ones to experience these things. These are very, very common. They're common because we all have similar defects, just like we all have similar needs. So those needs are derived from our similarity to Kṛṣṇa. And when we engage those needs in Krishna's service, then they become perfect. And the problem comes up when we try to satisfy our needs outside of the association of Kṛṣṇa. And then we get in trouble because we commit offenses. So the next one is guilt. When a person blames himself for committing an inappropriate action, his feeling is called guilt. One day, Srimati Radharani was churning yogurt for Kṛṣṇa. At that time, the jeweled bangles on her hand were circling around, and she was also chanting the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. All of a sudden, she thought, I am chanting the holy name of Kṛṣṇa, and my superiors, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law may hear me. By this thought, Radharani became over-anxious. This is an instance of feeling guilty because of devotion to Kṛṣṇa. One day, the beautiful-eyed Srimati Radharani entered into the forest to collect some flowers to prepare a garland for Kṛṣṇa. While collecting the flowers, she became afraid that someone might see her, and she felt some fatigue and weakness. This is an instance of guilty feelings caused by labor for Kṛṣṇa. There is a statement in the Rasa Sudhakara. What's that noise? There is a statement in the Rasa Sudhakara that after passing the night with Kṛṣṇa, Radharani became so weak that she was unable to get up from bed. When Kṛṣṇa took her hand to help her, Radharani felt guilty about having passed the night with him. Well, that's all right. Why is this there in Krishna's pastimes? Because when there is some opposing element or feeling or mood, it helps to make the mood more intense and sweeter. Okay? If there were no opposition to the love of Radha and Krishna, that tripod is really messed up. Huh?
Yeah, it's failing. I'm trying to just release it.
Yeah, I see. We might have to get a new one or something. Whenever you try to do something and there's no opposition, if things go too smoothly, then there's a decrease in the intensity of the feeling associated with it. Okay? If things are too easy, if there's no resistance, if there's no friction, just like if we, for example, if we continue to give away these exalted teachings without making any conditions or without making any barriers to entry to these teachings, then people will not value them. People will not consider them very important. See? We can give away the introductory teachings, but these higher teachings, especially the direct experience of these higher teachings, for example, in our ashram, they have to come by giving some service. They can't be free. They can't be, see, for example, to bring someone into our ashram and maintain them, we have to go through so many expenses and so many troubles and make a place for them and fix things up and maintain the facilities and so on. So we can't afford to do this unless we get some donation. You see? That means there has to be some barrier to entry. We have to say to the, well, you can come and visit us for a month, but you have to give some nice donation to cover the expenses. You can't just come free. One time we brought someone from another country to come and stay with us for free, and they wound up leaving. So all that expense and all that effort to bring them was wasted because there was not enough friction, there was not enough of a barrier that when they began to experience some difficulty in spiritual life, they thought, wait a minute, I had to work for months to get a ticket to come to this place, and now I'm thinking of leaving? No, no, this is too much, I can't do this. See? When there's not enough of a resistance or friction or barrier, then one does not appreciate the result of one's endeavors. So a feeling of a lack of appreciation can manifest. So Kṛṣṇa always arranges that there's some counter effort, some opposition to his pastimes. He never makes his pastimes just easy and simple. They always have some